All right, this is the Best Experience with your host, Nick Best and the Angry Dad. And before we get into today's episode, I'd like to thank our podcast sponsors, Barbell Apparel, a premium athletic wear engineered for a performance with a tailored athletic fit, refined clothing for an athletic body type. Evolution Athletics, a supportive gear company owned by Brian Shaw, four-time world's strongest man and new strongest man on earth. We believe in all athletes and supporting their journey towards greatness. And plus, it being October, it's breast cancer awareness. And you know what? Nick has the shirt on. So make sure you use the link in the notes, support, help. And you know what? That pink looks good on you, Nick.
Well, thank you. They also have wrist straps and
belts,
the support belts too.
That's it.
So, yeah.
I also like to thank Iced Up Industries. Iced Up Industries get $50 off with code BEST at checkout. And you know what? Those are some of the best. You know, seeing it, touching it, feeling it. It's crazy on how supportive it is. Yeah, exactly. I've seen some of the other competitors. You had a different brand, and it was just very flimsy. And when you touch this one, man, it's that much of a difference. And I'm really proud to be sponsored by them.
Yeah, you can use the edges to get in and get out of, and then you can also sit on the thing. It's pretty strong. So I mean, and I'm 300 pounds. So I mean, it's unbelievable. The chiller works great. It can also go up to 104 degrees. You know, and the funny thing is you can get two of those things at the price these other companies are selling one for.
Yeah.
So you could do a contrast hot and cold for the same price as getting one cold from them.
Exactly.
So it's a great piece of equipment. I still do the thing every single day.
I like it. And
yeah, me too.
And
this is really cold.
Oh yeah. And we're getting ready to actually have a Pro Strongman seminar with Nick Best in December. All right. It's going to be at Untamed Strength in Sacramento. I'll put the information in the notes for you guys who want to try to attend. I know there's only a few spots left that was mentioned, but you guys can actually contact the person and get the information to try to see if you guys can make it. Because like I said, December is not that far away. And if we don't let you guys know now, we don't want to hear that you guys missed out and that when we're going to do the next one, because you know what, that stuff's always on how things are going.
Yeah, that's true. So it's going to be pretty cool. I'm looking forward to this, and I'm a hands-on guy. So I'll talk for a little while, and then we're just going to pull out the stuff and go hands-on. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to go from every bit of it, because there's more than one way to pick up a stone. There's all kinds of different deadlift techniques and ways to train for it. And not only am I going to give you, tips on how to pick the stuff up and how to do it all, I'll give you tips on how to train for the stuff as well. So one goes with the other. So it's good. It's not going to be a short class. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, it's going to be an all-dayer, and that's one of those things too, because like you're getting a perspective for someone who's competed on almost every one of these events. And the thing is Nick has an eye to adjust. You know what I'm saying? With a lot of things that I've seen, with a lot of people coming into, Nick's famous garage. You know what I'm saying? I've seen him like just point small, minute details out, and bam! Like it's all of a sudden it clicks for that person. And
sometimes it's the little things that make the biggest difference. At Justin's powerlifting meet, there's a kid who's having problems with like soft knees and locking out and stuff like that. But it turns out he was trying to get his shoulders back at the top, and he couldn't get his shoulders through because his hands were up against him.
Yeah,
and he was in his own way. And I'm like, why not your hands? This much on each side.
That's it.
It'll make all the difference in the world. Walks up, pulls his last deadlift. It goes right on through. His shoulders go straight back. And I'm like, and he doesn't rebend his knees trying to get his shoulders back. So it worked out perfect. I mean, it's little things, just the little tiny things that make the biggest difference.
Exactly. And speaking of, that was my first powerlifting meet ever attending. It was pretty fun. It was interesting to see. Like I said, it's just so crazy to see the intensity of everyone in there. Because like I said, with the powerlifting meets and stuff like that, this is a game of sport and fun. And that was something you kept reminding everybody out, because like you could see the tension in everybody's face on trying to compete and get their numbers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just like, dude, just go have fun. You know how to do the lift. You do this in the gym all the time. the one kid who missed 70-88, like what, twice, three times,
Yeah.
or twice, came back and got it that third time on his. They gave him a fourth because they messed up one of the calls.
Yeah.
And they took the bar from him before they should have.
Yep.
And so they protested it and got an extra lift, and that was cool. And then he just nailed it. He drops down, buries it, comes straight up like it wasn't even there. I'm like, it's sometimes it's all just all in your head, and you just gotta set your head right and just go have fun. I'm like, dude, just go have fun.
Exactly.
Don't worry about anything. Just go have fun. Listen to the commands, have fun. And the kid nailed it. So it was fun. And just like the girl with the deadlift who she's like, I'm not ramping. I'm like, well, a little bit. So why don't you think about pulling a stiff-legged deadlift, and that'll fix that. And then she still used her legs and pulled, but that thought stuck in her head, and she didn't ramp and got the lift really easy. So it's little things like that that can go a long way in contests and stuff like that. So
Exactly. And like I said, it's crazy to see because, like I said, Nick, to Nick's credit, he is very humble. He does not like to, basically show his clout that he has because he does hold a tremendous amount of weight wherever we go. But man, you know what Nick does? He gives it away practically for free to everybody around him because, hey, a nice hi, a nice gesture, and a quick question, and Nick will give you the long answer to get it correct.
Yeah, sometimes. Quick question. I'm like, long answer. So yeah, for sure. And I mean, the WRPF did great. They're making some changes, stuff like that, because of all the federation stuff that's going on, the huge influx of competitors they have coming into it. Some of these changes are absolutely great, and some of these changes are kind of like, there was a different vibe at this one that the other WRPF meets that I've been to. And don't forget about the fun.
Mm-hmm.
People are not doing this, are not making huge sums of money at this.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be for fun. And if you got to sit there and look and really think about it, then the lifter got it.
Mm-hmm.
If you have to scrutinize it to the point where you're questioning anything, it's a good lift.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
The end. And I mean, little things like guys coming up and pulling up their deadlift and like jerking at the top, and they're like, "Oh, soft knees," and you're like, "His knees didn't even move."
Yeah.
What are you guys talking about? Stuff like that. And there, this. If you do this to somebody, whether you say down or not, you just gave the down command.
Exactly.
And that is a massive, massive mistake.
That's it.
That gets made. And there's got to be a way for lifters to go, hey, wait a minute, I got this. That means start.
Yeah.
Whether it comes out of her mouth or not,
it does.
You start moving your hand down to do the lift. You got that's the start command.
Exactly. It is a start command.
Right.
You can't hear when you're on that
like
stage.
That need to be fixed. I mean, and the top of the knees, I'm sorry. I'm tired of messing with like joints and stuff like that. The top of the knees, sit down and put a board across the top of your knees. That's where the top of your knees are.
Yeah.
right on top of your knees. But that's where the top of the knees are.
Yep.
And then the hip's the simple fix, really, to be quite honest with you. If they need to judge depth and stuff like that, so close, so scrutinize it, then you know what? Get a round sticker or even a straight line sticker.
Yeah.
And put it right on the guy's feet.
Yeah, exactly. Right where you're gonna be like, that's where I'm calling your depth from.
Right at the end of it. And then it just makes it easier. There's things that we could be doing in the sport to make things easier. I love the fact that they're gonna now allow either shin guards or neoprene sleeves under your socks. So you just pull the sock up over the top of it.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be so much less blood on the bar, stuff like that. That is a brilliant rule change and things that are going on with that. I absolutely love that.
Yeah.
I can't understand why any powerlifting federation wouldn't allow that. As long as it's not going, over the top of the knee in any way, shape, or form, and it's down from the knee like an inch or two.
Exactly. It was funny because, like I said, no one asked about that because, like, even after Justin was like, "What? I could have did that." He, because that's how you guys train, and it's just and it's just like if that was, you have to read the rules to understand that. But that was a question you asked.
Well, I don't know why they don't cover that in the rules briefing. Because they have the rules meeting and everybody gathers around and stuff like that.
Everyone's got to bring in their gear.
Why wouldn't they say that?
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, you guys are allowed to use like knee sleeves or whatever on your shins now for the deadlift, as long as you pull your sock up over the top of it,
Mm-hmm.
or shin guards, or soccer
Yeah.
guards, stuff like that. You're allowed to use that now, which is brilliant because the amount of blood that's going to go in the bar and the
Yeah. The
cleanups and all that stuff,
disinfecting. Yeah.
just cut your cleanup time way down. Now
Way
it's
down.
going to be real rare for the hands to split open, but it happens. But
Yeah.
it's not bad. It's a lot easier to clean up than everybody's bloody shins. Smart move, thank
Mm-hmm.
God. Really, really do like that. But for the most part, it was a really well run. It was neat. It was a great contest to go to. It's just we we need to keep the experience in there, and we
Mm-hmm.
also need to realize, don't turn it into the IPF.
Yeah.
For God's sakes, don't do that. I mean, really, have the rules. The rules. It doesn't. They need to be. There needs to be a standard, but it doesn't have to be to where you know you scrutinize every little itty bitty tiny thing, unless it's going to help like 100 pounds, which it's not.
Yeah.
So just fair, tight is good. It doesn't have to be. Oh, they're soft knees. The funny thing is they were calling people on soft knees all the day, but nobody was pulling their shoulders through at the
Yeah.
top. I couldn't understand that.
Yeah.
So
No, there was no lockout at the top.
it's strain. Go after one thing and completely ignore the other. So I mean, it's good. All in all, they did a great job.
Mm-hmm.
I think moving forwards, a little bit of technical things like that. And like I said, real excited about some of these rule changes, stuff like that. Not exactly sure they should have threw all of the old records out and like leave something there for people to go get.
Yeah.
But all in all, it's pretty cool. The organization's doing well. I'd like to see them keep progressing forwards as well, and then just make sure it's fun.
Exactly. They're
Just
heading in
make
the
sure
right
it's fun.
direction. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like even when we
yeah,
went I think it was like the 24th version of the rules as that day when we got there. But that's what they're
yeah,
saying is
yeah,
they're
yeah,
always revisiting, they're
yeah.
always adjusting, they're always changing. So that's what you want. You want something that's going to grow with the sport, and as it grows, of course, it's going to change. So and that
Right,
was that
right.
was definitely good to hear. And it was a fun weekend. We got to enjoy ourselves. Got
Hmm.
sushi after.
Yeah,
Justin set a couple of
that was fun.
records, and so you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying. Your train, of course, your training partner is going to be almost at that elite level of where what he's doing because
yeah.
when you're training with the best, you're going to become the best.
Well, his previous best total was 1734, and his best squat was 655. His best bench was 374, and his best deadlift was 705. He PR'd and everything,
Mhm.
all of them. He squatted 694, he benched 391, and he pulled 716, which he had to pull it twice because they said he had soft knees
Which was
on
yeah.
on his second lift. Which, okay, fine. So he walked up and he pulled it again,
Hmm.
just like it was nothing both times. I mean, he was on point that day. He probably could have pulled 733, maybe even 739 that day, pretty comfortably,
Yeah.
without a doubt. So I mean, he's progressing. He's moving along. I think probably for him, probably a year and a half from now, if we go at that pace, he'll probably pull 800. Then he'll pull 800 from that point on till he doesn't want to pull it.
Yeah.
He's that guy. He's got that kind of genetics and ability. So it's just getting him there and not being in a rush to get there.
Yeah.
It's the the rush isn't to get there. It's once you get there, stay there
Hmm.
till you're bored with it, or till it just gets so painful you can't deal with it
you know,
anymore.
Nick.
Yeah,
you know,
don't know who we're talking about
not
there,
at all. At all.
but I'm pretty excited. And then I know he's got another meet here in May.
Yeah, I remember
Micah
him saying
does
that he was getting ready to. He's already got the next one picked out.
here in May, so that's a little bit later than I wanted, but who knows? Maybe I'll target that. And then I got an invite to do the animal cage at the Arnold.
Yep.
So might be doing that, trying to get that worked out now. I think that would be a lot of fun. Not sure whether I'd want to squat or deadlift or both or whatever, or just come in and do something completely different, just for the heck of it.
Well, that's the one thing too, is like you got a big variety of what to pull from when you get there, because guess what? You can do it all at that elite level.
No, well, thanks. I just go and have fun and perform in front of the guys,
Mhm.
and talk to people and
Hey,
just go over
hey,
things. I love answering
that's it.
questions.
Hey, shaking hands and taking pictures. That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, yep. So it's good stuff.
Oh yeah,
But so on another note, Giants Live had their first Britain's Strongest Woman this weekend.
that is it. And man,
And
it looked like it was just going. Like I said, when you're watching Strongman, the numbers don't lie when they get the
no,
points up there.
no, and you know what? It's really cool because I mean, this was an
Mhm.
all girl show, and it was at the Doncaster Dome, and I won the Masters, World's Strongest Man in Doncaster. So
Yeah,
that was really cool. It's a neat place to perform it, and not only that, when you get done, if you're not too beat up, there's an indoor water park sitting right there too that you can go in and go play and go down the
that's
water
hilarious.
slides and do all the other crazy stuff that's sitting right there too. So it's a neat place. It truly is.
Yeah,
It seats a couple thousand people. It's got enough room to do everything you want to do.
yeah.
I mean, I think I actually have competed in there twice because I think Britain's Strongest Man was in there one year as well.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's a neat place to do a contest. Colin and Darren got it really sorted out in that place.
Yeah.
It's pretty sweet. It's a nice smaller venue to do something like that in, and the women just knocked it out of the park. They really
Oh yeah.
did. They
And
put on a
live
good
streams,
show.
man. Let me tell you right now, it really helps out.
Yeah, well, yeah, that it does, and it's just neat to see people showing up to the show in person.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you want the sport to grow and you want all the divisions to grow and do better, you got to
It's
people
the
show up and
fans.
watch it
Yeah.
live. The fans got to show up and watch it live.
That's it.
That'll make the biggest difference in the end, because then for the promoter putting on the contest, they're able to put on the contest regardless of what happens
Mhm.
with the live stream. They're still able to take care of everything for the contest with an arena like that at capacity. So it makes things a lot smoother for them.
Oh yeah.
But it looks like the log press was first. And it looks like Andrea Thompson won it. Lucy Underdown got second with 7 reps, and Rebecca Roberts tied for second with 7 reps. Donna Moore got fourth with 5, and Emma Jane Smith got 4 reps in. So that kind of rounds out the top 5 in that event,
Yeah.
which is pretty solid. So it's pretty cool. Event 2 is the axle deadlift, and Lucy Underdown,
Yeah.
shocker,
Hmm.
she just deadlifted 700.
You know?
Did 11 reps with that. Rebecca Roberts did 10, and Andrea Thompson did 8. Donna Moore did 7, and Katie Smith did 6. And then Nomi Hadley also did 6, so she tied for 5th
Oh yeah.
in that event. So that's your top 5 there. So that was pretty solid. I mean, that's a good performance. The sandbag steeplechase, that was kind of fun to
Oh
watch. That
yeah.
was kind of crazy.
Mhm.
Laura Baxter won that in 4 in 37.98 seconds. Lucy Underdown, who again up at the top, first, second, or third, fourth, or got second in 4. She got second place with 4 bags in 38.48 seconds.
Yep.
Rebecca Roberts, again, right up in there, did 4 in 40.76. Donna Moore still up in there,
Hmm.
did 4 at 52. Naomi Hadley did 4 in 52.35. So that again rounds out your top 5.
Yep.
So it's the cream is sitting there up at the top and still going.
Exactly.
Um, Andrea Thompson ended up in 8th in that one, which kind of knocked her down a little bit. But it's
Hmm.
pretty consistent. So points after the yoke carry. I love that event, especially in that arena.
Yeah.
That place is fun to do a yoke. It truly is. Rebecca Roberts did the yoke in 9.65 seconds. Andrea Thompson another one right up there at the top again,
Mm-hmm.
9.67, and Lucy Underdown, 12.66 seconds. And then Chloe Bruin, or Chloe Brennan, sorry guys,
Mm-hmm.
can't see with my glasses. And I know Chloe, she's a sweet girl. Did it in 13.78 seconds. And Naomi Hadley did it in 13.86 seconds. So there's some close, there's some good times, some close times too.
That's it.
So again, your top five is, still the three that are up there. Rebecca, Andrea, and Lucy are still right up there. It's great to see Chloe jumping in up there too, because Chloe's going to be a force to deal with in about 4 or 5 years. She
Yeah.
truly is. She's pretty good talent. I mean, she's going to do well for herself in time. So next, power stairs. Rebecca Roberts wins that event. She does 12 steps in 29.78 seconds. Lucy Underdown got second place. Can't read the time because
It is
the logo's right across there.
12:33 and 76 seconds.
Okay. And then Claire, no, it can't be 76 seconds.
Well, no, it's 12:33, and then like the smaller seconds. You know what I mean?
Right. So Claire got third in that event, Claire Myler.
Mm-hmm.
And she did 12 and 41.76. Donna Moore was fourth in 12.45.57. And Naomi Hadley did 12 in 52.94 seconds. So, I mean, that's pretty solid. I mean, just all the way around. And so after 5 events, Rebecca Roberts, 60.5 points. Wins it. Lucy Underdown gets second place at 59.5. So they're 1 point apart.
Yeah, man.
And Andrea Thompson gets third at 50 points. Donna Moore, fourth at 46 points. And Naomi Hadley is fifth at 40 points. So the top five were pretty much the top five all day long.
Exactly.
A couple people changing, jumping in there, in and out, but for the most part, real consistent for the top performers. I mean, and it's going to be kind of neat to see these girls get after it, because one contest is one way, the next contest has slightly different events,
Mm-hmm.
and so the person who's most consistent is going to end up winning. But it's neat to see them being this competitive and places switching back and forth through the whole thing, so that it literally comes down to the last event.
Yeah.
So it's neat. I mean, it's great. That means they're putting on a great show as well.
Exactly.
So the contest promoters are picking the weights right. The girls are coming out and performing, and it's awesome. It's truly awesome. I hope this sport just keeps developing for them, and things just keep getting better, because I love to see it. I love to watch it, and I absolutely support it. So it's fun. It's fun. It's going to be good to see them progress like this.
And now them to
I like it.
actually
It's
have
just
the
one weight
spotlight.
class too.
You know what I'm saying? That's the thing
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
It's like usually it's on the side or they're performing before the men. But the thing is like they got a full on show.
Right. And that's awesome. So congratulations to all of you. Rebecca, really awesome job. I mean, just absolutely amazing. Just so proud of you. Great job. So yeah, there we go.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Now
On to the next thing.
What's going on? Anything new actually happening with you in Vegas lately? Because they just had the Spear, and last time I was there, we were really trying to make it, but they just had their first concert there, and man, it looked
you two
insane.
played, and I saw a lot of the stuff from
Yeah.
that. It was pretty freaking cool. They kind of changed the way we're going to view a lot of stuff, which I don't know. I don't know if I like the fact that it's going to, the arena itself will outperform the band.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the visual stuff that was coming up in there was pretty out of control. And then the seating in that place, it's like your own private concert. All the speakers that are pointed right, individually directed at each seat.
Yeah.
So everybody gets that crisp, clean sound like they were sitting right there on all of it. It's one of the sickest places ever designed, like for listening to a concert. There's going to be no bad place in there for sound whatsoever. So
Exactly.
that part, it's going to be amazing. But like some of the backgrounds that were coming up, I was just like, who U2's up there, and why are you going to watch U2? You just can sit there and look at the screen behind you. But it's absolutely amazing. And I think U2 sold it out like
Oh yeah.
26 nights in a row or something.
Exactly. And it's
So it's,
YouTube, so like they're gonna,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
no matter where
They
they
got a
go,
small catalog they
nah,
can play
you know
from
what I'm
too.
saying? Just a tiny. They got a few hits.
Yeah, one or two thousand.
Oh,
So yeah, so that's pretty cool. That's kind of neat going on. And then you know,
well,
I find out probably later this week. I might be doing some more catching for slaps, so that should be fun.
that's it. We're gonna
You
be
know,
most likely be at Power Slap, and then one of the things
yeah,
that's in the works for those, if for
mhm,
those in the Vegas area or those who are close to Vegas, there might be a meet and greet slash Nick working at the Barbell
correct.
Apparel store. That's in the mix. That's in the works. We
Yeah,
haven't
yeah,
settled on a date, but when that date is settled, we want to make sure that we give everyone more than enough time to be like, come on down, take a picture, get an autograph, and then actually be serviced by Nick.
I can actually tell you the date.
Oh, there you go.
It's October 26th.
There you go. October
So there's the
26th.
date. It's October 26th. I just got to get the time straight
Oh, yeah.
because I have another commitment in the first part of that day. So I'll come over and I'll do that for the last part of that day. I just got to get that worked out
There
right
we
now.
go. Once we get it worked out, once we have
Mhm.
it officially timestamped, we will definitely put something out for those who want to.
The rest of it.
Yeah,
Mark down the 26th. I just got to tell you what time of
you
the
know what I'm saying. Be prepared because that's going to be pretty fun right there. You know,
yeah, it's going to be a blast. I love going to that store.
Oh yeah, and like even too, like Nick got a sneak peek and a product before anyone else was actually able to even
Hmm.
get their hands on it. So that was pretty nice itself. You know what I'm saying? He got one of the
Yeah,
first ones in the store.
yeah. The new belts are sweet. I mean, they're really nice, and they're strong, almost to the point to where it's like a utility belt, not for like a gun.
Hmm.
It's it's
A tactical
it's
belt.
thick, it's strong, but like a tactical belt. It gives a little bit though. Tactical belts don't give, so it
Yeah.
gives a little bit. It's magnetic and it looks sweet,
Hmm.
and I love the thing. I mean, you can get it sized right down to your waist, and it's perfect every time.
That's it. That's it. It
So
was it was pretty
I'm
cool when we got an opportunity to see it. And
yeah,
then
it
and
takes
then
me a
it,
while to calm down
Nick
after.
Nick tried, but when you can only get one, you can only get one.
Sorry, bud.
Oh.
I'll try to get another one.
Oh yeah, yeah, no, we'll work on that. I'm not too worried about it. For the
Yeah,
majority of what I wear, everything's pretty tight as it is.
true. So, but yeah, so it's going pretty good. And then for those of you, I don't know if you know this or not, but I'm usually down at the range 702
Mhm.
on Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's my normal days when I come in. It's not 100% because I'll travel, I'll do
Yeah,
things. But for the most part, if you're in town on a Tuesday or a Thursday and you want to stop by and say hi and maybe shoot some guns,
with Nick, that's the
um,
crazy part.
yeah, yeah. It's fun. It's neat because people come in. They're like, "Hi, I'm Nick. I'll be your RSO today, and we just got some rules to go over. Have you ever shot guns like this before?" And they're just like, "You're gonna be my RSO." I'm like, "Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
That's it.
We're gonna
And,
go
like I
shoot
said,
some guns, and have a
what
good
I
time."
always find funny is, there's a lot of beautiful women that work there, but the thing is
Hmm.
Nick outshines them. You know what I'm saying? So
No,
like,
not at all.
oh, no, let me
Not
tell
in
you
the
something right now,
slightest.
Nick.
No,
Your massive
no,
size when people
no,
walk in, they see, but then they look at you like, what the
no.
fuck am I staring at? Look at this massive man. I know you
I
from
am
somewhere.
not. I'm not a
TV,
shot.
yes. Other show, yes. World's Strongest
So
Man, yes. Your first day, you were spotted, and like, aren't you? Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying. Thinking
yeah,
he was going to be low key at a job that
it's
it's an internationally
well,
traveled destination.
yeah. It's kind of like my fun thing. I mean, it's gets me out of the house. It's just fun. I mean, it truly is. And they're an amazing the range and everybody down there, Chris, Colton, Jared,
Yeah,
everybody down there is just absolutely amazing. They're the greatest people in the world. They really are. And it's just fun to go down there and do that. And I mean, I like guns.
Yeah,
And the best way to learn about guns is to go in a place where people shoot them a lot.
exactly.
And I've gotten such an education on them, and I know how they all work. I know, proper safety with them, stuff like that. So
Yeah,
it's really neat. And then to get an opportunity to shoot things that you just could never get your hands on, without knowing people or spending an awful lot of money is really, really a lot of fun.
you know
And
what I'm saying?
the facility is like top notch. It's just, there's no place you should be going to shoot in Vegas if you're not going there.
Exactly.
It's a lot of fun. It
Exactly.
truly is.
And the draw is too. So you guys got to remember, you've already had the world's strongest man there, Mitchell Hooper. You've
Hmm.
had Evans been there.
Yep.
Um, you've also
Evan,
had Gavin Bolt not that
Gavin.
long, and every time
Hmm.
someone comes to visit Las Vegas, that's in the strength and powerlifting community. Guess where's the first? Like, oh, you work there? I want to go. You know what I'm saying? That Barrett calls
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. It truly is. It's just a blast. And I mean, I like it. I mean, it's neat. And then the rules and just getting to teach
Mhm.
people, and people are afraid. I'm like, look, don't be afraid. We just follow these basic rules and everything's going to be okay.
Exactly.
As long as you do that with a weapon, you're with a firearm,
Mhm.
as long as you always follow the rules with that, you're going to be fine. So we're just going to follow the rules,
That's it.
and we follow the rules. And then rule number one: always act like the gun's loaded,
That's
no
it.
matter what you do. It's pretty simple. And if you're going to point it at something, only point it at something you're willing to destroy or kill, and know it's behind your target.
That's it.
Something like that. And you clear the gun. Whether somebody hands you the gun, and this is for everybody in Hollywood, by the way.
Yeah.
If someone even hands you a prop gun, you always pretend like it's loaded with the real thing, and you always clear it and check it yourself.
Mhm.
If there are blanks in it, then you check it and make sure they're blanks. You do that yourself. At the end of the day, the person who has the gun in their hand has the responsibility
That's
of
it.
everything that happens with that gun. There is no blaming someone else.
That's it.
It's you. And it's either proper use of the weapon or improper use of the weapon that leads to issues.
That's it. And that's one of those things too. Is like, the thing about 702 is right down the street to one
Mhm.
of the greatest gyms that they have in Vegas, which is Dragon's
Mhm.
Lair. So
Dragon's
it's
Lair.
like, yeah,
Mhm.
I always find it funny because like, Flex Lewis is doing something, Nick's doing something because you guys are literally right next to each other when
Yeah.
it comes. Flex himself is pretty lucky to have you that close to him.
Um, I'm lucky to be that close to Flex. I mean, to be quite honest with you, because I mean, it's neat because sometimes I'll get off work and I'll meet Justin over there and we'll just go over at Dragon's Lair and train
Mhm.
right after I get off work and then drive home. So it's kind of cool. I mean, it really is. And Dragon's Lair is one of the best gyms in this town. So it's a lot of fun. It's good.
Oh yeah, it's
It
good
truly is.
atmosphere.
And
Good atmosphere.
we, yeah, it's amazing. Couldn't want anything better.
You know, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, Nick,
Yeah.
I think we've pretty much covered
Hmm.
Britain's strongest women.
Hmm.
We talked about the range. Shit,
We
we
did.
actually talked about a lot of upcoming events that you're getting ready to have. So
Yeah, we're all
let's
over the
take this
place.
out of here because you always want them wanting more.
True, true, true. So, guys, if you like this, please share the heck out of it. The more you share this, the better we do. Give that like button a smash too. And as always, train hard, train smart, and be the best you can be. Thanks.